you're welcome to another inspiring and informative edition of Timmy Golden. Today I'll be continuing on what I talked about the last edition on dangers of neglecting your mental health, and now going on to how to identify it and nip the ill in the bud. What to do when the depression and anxiety disorder creeps in, quietly like that before it goes further and affect every other area of your life, because that's what happens. All right, so we'll be going over to listening to, our specialist, the guest for today, who was the same person last year, a specialist and consultant and a lecturer in the Department of University of Lagos and also in the university in Canada, talking about this mental health issue. Afterwards, we'll be moving over to our story to inspire you to get the gold.
Important to always remember that there is no health without mental health. And how do we deal with it? As I've said, you have to be intentional, you have to be conscious, and you have to be deliberate. ICD, intentional, conscious, and deliberate about protecting your mental health. By leaving toxic environment, toxic relationship. In fact, the summary is removing yourself from any situation that stresses you. Don't forget, I said earlier, stress is the precursor. Stress is the foundation of mental illness. If you can remove stress, you will remove mental illness. So just imagine anything that stresses you. Your own stress is different from my own stress. What stresses me may not stress you. And that is why this thing is individualized. It's not one cap fits all. You know what stresses you out. And when you are getting to that elasticity limit, don't let it break. Because once you get to your breaking point, mental illness will result. So these are just few things. People, listeners, you understand that once anything stresses you out, that thing will lead to mental illness. Possibly. And almost certainly. And if you are able to prevent stress, you will prevent mental illness. So I cannot mention one by one. There are legions of things that can stress people up. Relationship, environment, where you are living, everything. Organizational rules, employment, opportunity, all these things can affect your education, your family, so many things. Finances, all those things can stress you. And that's why you must cut your coat according to your material. Make sure you understand your limits. Set goals that are realistic, that are achievable, time-based, measurable, and you don't cut your clothes according to your size, because the clothes you have may not fit your size, and that will make you to want to long for more material, and that will stress you up. So we say cut your coat according to the material you have. If it's only shirt you can get out of the material, fine. If you can manage to get pants or trousers out of it, fine. But don't do more than yourself. At the end of the day, know that there is no health without mental health. It is okay not to be okay. Real men do cry. Don't let anyone deceive you and say, real men don't cry. Real men do cry. Take care of your health, because that is the only one you have. And remember, when you are taking care of your health, it's not only physical health, going to gym. Always remember your mental health, your emotional health, your psychology. Because there's no health without mental health.
Over to our story to inspire you to get the gold.
Hey everyone, today I'm going to share a deeply personal story. A story about how hitting rock bottom saved my life. A few years ago, I lost my job. Suddenly, I couldn't pay my children's school fees and they were sent home. My world crumbled. I used to support my parents and help my siblings through school, but now I had to rely on friends just to get by. My social circle, gone. Depression took hold and I started taking out my frustrations on my wife. She was doing her best to support us, but I couldn't see it. I was too wrapped up in my own despair, fighting an internal battle I felt I was losing. Relying on my wife's family for support felt like a personal failure. I began drinking to numb the pain. One night, it got so bad that I ended up in the hospital after a drunk driving accident. Lying in that hospital bed, I had nowhere to hide from my thoughts. I realized I had let my circumstances control me. That's when I met a Christian mental health expert. She helped me see that I needed to change my mindset. I began to pray, to reflect, to find my center again. When I got out of the hospital, a business idea struck me. With my wife's unwavering support, I started my own business. It wasn't easy, but we pushed through together. Today, that business is thriving. Hitting rock bottom was the wake-up call I needed. It taught me resilience, gratitude, and the power of faith and family. If you're going through tough times, remember this: it's not the end. Sometimes it's just the beginning of a new chapter. Thanks for listening. Stay strong, stay hopeful, and keep pushing forward. You've got this.
Welcome back and thank you for being part of this edition. What is your take on what he talked about? That's from the specialist. I hope that was very informative. And then also on the story, hope you were inspired to get your goal. All right, so I want to read your comments. Send in your comments below. What's your take on this issue of mental health and the way forward? Send in your comments. You can be add to the information we've given out there, and someone else will be a blessing to it. All right, if you have not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Please do subscribe, like, share this video. You might be saving someone's life. I tell you, you can't tell. Just share the video to other people, your friends, and every other person. All right, thank you for being part, and nice to see you. Look forward to seeing you in the next edition. Go for gold. Thank you.